Hello everyone and welcome to a new video of Firepower Threat Defense series. In this video, we are going to look at inbound SSL inspection. So when someone from the internet is trying to access your server in DMZ, then how you can look inside that specific encrypted traffic. It's not really someone should always be coming from the internet, but it is a good example where you would like to inspect that traffic because internet cannot be trusted and you do not know the user who is coming to your server is really trustworthy, is not going to do anything malicious or not going to exploit any vulnerabilities which he or she might find. Okay, so let's jump on to the FMC. Yeah, let me log into the FMC. Accept the login banner. Okay. Let me switch to that specific domain where our routed FTD is. Okay. So under the policies, we already bind the SSL policy under access control policy. So not to worry about that. This time we'll just go to the SSL policy and we will create a rule in the SSL policy to do the inbound SSL inspection. Let me give you some view about my topology. So my server, which is in DMZ, my DMZ is somewhere here over the internet itself. So I want all the incoming connections to that DMZ, either they are coming from inside or they are coming from another internet or maybe another line just via the FTD to be inspected here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use my this Linux machine to access the host which is in my DMZ here. Okay. So let's go to the SSL policy and put a rule for it. And I'll be putting that rule on top of this rule because I'm going to use this inside client. Okay, that's the reason. I'll click on add rule. One second, let me see the name. SSL inspect outbound was the rule. Now the rule would be, let's give it a name, SSL inspect inbound. Action is enabled below rule. I would say above rule. Sorry, above rule number one. Okay, put it on top of this rule. What I want to do, I want to do decrypt known key. And last time we imported the server certificate and the private key under the internal certificates. Okay, so we need to select that here. Okay, so let's select that certificate. And our cert was, which one was our cert? Server cert or internal server cert? Okay, this is the group. Okay, and this is the individual cert. I want to go with this individual cert. Hit OK. Now let's see from inside zone going to outside zone because inside for me the inside is really the internet and because my DMZ is on the outside zone. It just depends. My lab has it this way. Usually you will have a DMZ and internet. Okay. Networks, I would say any because I'm treating as a int. On destination, my destination is this 192.168.253.1. VLAN text none, user none, application none. I'm gonna keep sorry any and ports. I have a custom port 11,443. I created an object for this already. So this is my TCP service. That should be my destination 11,443. Category any, and then you see this certificate and DN, these fields get grayed out as soon as you change your action here. Then cert status, any cipher suit, any version I'm gonna stay, any logging, yes, log at the end. Okay, now I'll just add it. The rule has now been added. Tick with decrypt known key. Let's save the changes. Okay, after saving the changes, I need to deploy the policy. But first, I will go to devices, device management. Yeah, routed FTD is online. Let's deploy the policy to it. Okay, so while the policy deployment is in progress, I'll pause the video and then restart it again once the deployment is complete. Uh, but before that, I would like to show you, I'm using a tiny web server software that is known as Rebex Tiny Web Server. So I downloaded it from the internet and it doesn't need to be installed. It runs as a application without installing it. So here are the Rebex binaries and this is the application. I need to just click on it and start it. It has started listening. So it's listening on 11443 port. You see 11443 port for the SSL connections. For HTTPS, it's listening on 1180 port. Non-encrypted 1180, encrypted 114. And it's listening on these addresses. Okay. So I'm gonna keep this software running. So when I access on the inside machine, I should be able to inspect the SSL connection. I'm gonna just minimize it, close it, and let's wait for the deployment to finish. I'm gonna pause the video till then. Hey everyone, so the push is now complete. Basically, the deployment of the policies on this routed mode FTG is now complete. Now let's jump back to this Linux client and try to access our server, which is in DMZ here. So I go to the Linux client and there let's go to the incognito mode. I use incognito in order to avoid any problems or any cached content. So the name of our server is desktop hyphen NQ0 NDA0 and the port is 11443. Okay, I hit it. See, this error is because the certificate of this server is also not trusted. It's using a self-signed certificate itself. Okay, let's go to advanced and then accept the risk and continue. See, we are able to access. Now let's check the certificate. Connection is secure. It should be the same certificate that is present on the server. It should not be a reassigned certificate by the FTD using decrypt and reassign. You see, same same subject name and the same subject name for the issuer as well. Basically, this is OU. Same common name for the server and same common name for the issuer. Okay. So that's how you can do inbound SSL inspection on FTD. Now, let me close this stuff and let me also, yeah, I'll shut it down later on. Let's check the logs now, right? As we checked in the SSL outbound video. So go to analysis, go to unified events. Okay, let's look at the events. Yeah, these are the events towards 192, 168, 253.1. Let's look at the latest event. Okay, let's look for the SSL related information. Time, allow, yeah, here you see, decrypt known key. Let's see what rule was hit. SSL inspection, SSL inspect inbound by SSL policy. What access control rule? Allow HTTP and HTTPS. This is application based rule. There is no, we didn't allow port number 11,443 on this one, 11443. So it hit the right rule and our FTD was able to see inside the encrypted traffic. So that's how you can perform the inbound SSL inspection on the firepower threat defense firewall. Now, under the SSL, if we edit it, I'm thinking if I can show something else as well. Yeah, this trusted certificate. You remember we added a custom trusted certificate in order to add it here. I just wanted to cover this point as well. Get a cert. You can select it and then add to policy. That's how you can update the trusted CA certificates in the SSL policy. And yes, I already talked about using DNs in the rule. I already talked about using certificates in the rule. These are the external certificates and about the cert status. So that's it for the SSL controls on the firepower threat defense system. And you can use it to look inside the encrypted traffic and protect your infrastructure. So thank you for your time for this video, and I'll see you in the next video. Till then, have a good day, and I hope you guys are enjoying the learning. Happy learning.